Hello, it is Raven, and this video is about the Scream Tour, even though the Scream Tour was like 11, 12, 2 years ago. It says Tour 2011 out here, that's why I was like, oh, I don't know. So, let's talk about this. This is my Scream Tour experience. Oh my god. Okay, my Scream Tour experience. Okay. Scream Tour happened on a Friday. Yeah, Friday. Well, mine did. Can you see the back of it? It says, it's like featuring Miles Behavior, Jacob Lattimore, New Boys, OMG Girls, Hamilton Park. So yeah. Diggy. Oh, sorry. You see them? You see my boys? You see, who's these? Oh, New Boys and Diggy over here. Okay, so, okay, so Scream Tour experience. Scream Tour was on a Friday. I was at school. And my friend who I went with, Taryn goes everywhere with me. Actually, I go everywhere with Taryn because her mom drives us. That's like our mindless mommy. So yeah. This is actually our first concert. And we got... Okay. It was Friday. And Taryn, she threw up in class. And everybody was like, at the end of the day, everybody was like, ooh, Raven, you ain't about to go to see no Miles Behavior today. You ain't going to see Miles Behavior today. You know why? Because Taryn threw up. And I was like, and on the slick, I was like, man, oh my gosh, are you serious? But then on the outside, I was like, man, be quiet. Yes, I am going. Yes, I am. I just spent this money. Yes, I am going. And then in the sixth hour, they called me to check out. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I was actually texting her mama in class, like, are you coming to get me? Because I need you to come get me. I ain't ready to go to 7th hour. She was like, come outside. You coming? You coming? I was like, okay, come on. And so I checked out and we got in the car. We had to go pick up her brother from his school. He's in high school, so we had to go pick him up. And Taryn was just in the back. I was like, I'm about to go see my baby. And ooh, okay. And then we had to go to the gas station, and a spider crawled in the car. And Taryn is terrified of spiders. Like, if you like even do like this with your hands, she gonna get freaked out. And it crawled in here, and we just had a panic attack. Oh my god, it's a spider. And we just like, oh my god. And then her brother Trey had to kill it. Then we dropped them off at home, and then we were on our way to Shreveport to the Scream Tour. Scream. So we drove, and when we got there, all we saw were girls with, like, not even our age, like, I'm gonna say 20s, in their 20s. They have to be in their 20s, with tight fitted dresses on, going to their, stopping at like their inner thigh, like stopping at the end of their booty, with stiletto heels on. And it's, let me tell y'all, it's freezing cold, okay? I had on my Trey Songz jacket. I was cold. And we was like, oh, snap, okay, alright, okay. And so, we got in there. We was just like, oh, when we got in there, we got our tickets. Oh my gosh, I still have my ticket. It was my first ticket like this. And when we looked at the glass window, it said, New Boys will not be performing. I think it was because Hamilton Park and New Boys got into an argument or whatever, and they couldn't have that on tour, so one of them had to go, and New Boys, they left. So I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? What? I don't even care about New Boys, but like, I had like my little few songs, like, turn around and let me see it. Girl, you got some special for me. Like, I was ready. Like, I was like, oh, I didn't even know who Hamilton Park was. So I was like, okay, alright, whatever. It was good to learn new music, you know. So we got in there. We saw our friend Fred from school. We was like, girl, hey! It was like, hey, girl. And she was sitting like right over there. So we got in there, and we just played on Facebook. Yeah, we didn't have no Instagram back then. We did not have Instagram. We had Facebook. And we were just like on Facebook liking people's statuses and stuff. Then the lights finally went off. Yo, tell me why these two old ladies wasn't, not old, but like 30s. and they was here for Diggy. And they was in front of us, and I was like, okay, dang, okay. Nah, ended like that. I did not want to stand up because I knew it had little people behind me, and so like when I stood up, I was like crouched down because I hate that. Like if I stand, I'm tall, so I hate when people like small people are behind me and they can't see, so I'm just like this, like that the whole time. Okay, so the concert started, and Hamilton Park ran through the aisles. And Taryn, she screamed, even though she didn't know who it was or whatever. So Hamilton Park performed, and it was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then after Hamilton Park, no, it was opening acts first, and then Hamilton Park, and then Jacob Lattimore. Now Taryn did not know no Jacob Lattimore song at that concert. Like I was the only one like in my section just like, hey, she the baddest, yeah, yeah, she the baddest, oh, she the baddest, yeah, yeah, she the baddest. I'm so impressed cause she got it all, so beautiful. I see all your flaws, I like them all. And then he did a remix to Lil Wayne's How to Love, and I was like, oh my gosh, yes, yes, yes. Okay. And then after Jacob went, then we had a break. No, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. After Jacob Lattimore, I think it was the OMG Girls, or it was either the OMG Girls, then Jacob Lattimore. But either way, then it was the OMG Girls. And yeah, I swear I only knew one song. I only knew this was before they had like all the like new songs they have like right now. So I was like, okay, OMG Girls, yeah. And I only knew one person's name. I knew Baby Doll, and that was it. No, I knew Star. I didn't know no Baby Doll and Beauty. I was like, who's these? I knew like blue. I knew like blue hair, purple hair, and pink hair. I was like, oh, that's Star. That's Star. I didn't know her. And so I was like, yeah. And then I liked theirs, but everybody, y'all, I swear, everybody in that stadium sat down. They sat down for the OMG Girls, and I was like, oh my God. I knew one song, and that was Pretty Girl Bag. And I was like, hey, pretty girl bag, hey, pretty girl. Me and Taryn, that's the only song we knew. Then we sat down, and they did Gucci this. And we was like, we learned that song, like, when they performed, it was like, Gucci everything. Because that was they was sitting in the chair, and they would whip their hair. Gucci everything, Gucci everything, Louis this, Louis that, Louis everything. I was like, we looked at each other. Louis everything like that. And then after OMG Girls, we had a break. And so okay, then Diggy came out, and like Diggy had like airplanes like for his background, and Taryn was like, oh my gosh, he about to do copy paste, I was like, he ain't about to do no copy paste, ain't no airplanes and copy paste. And it was copy paste, and she ended up knocking the lady in front of us upside her head. And she looked at her. She was like, oh, she's pretty excited. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And she didn't even notice. Like, she was like, Diggy. And Diggy performed Copy Paste and a couple of other songs. And then he was like, he brought out Jacob. And he was like, hey, yo, Jacob. And Jacob said, so Jacob came out there. If you haven't seen Jacob Lattimore impersonate Diggy, go watch that. That is exactly what happened at the Scream Tour. Go watch that. I swear that is exactly what happened. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, he's talking about us. Because he was like, oh my gosh, they're about to do like a mall. That was so me. I was like, oh my god, they're about to do like a mall. Oh my god, hey Jacob. And I was just like, oh my god. And so then, yeah, Diggy finished. And then they had like another short break. And I was just teasing Taryn. Oh my gosh, Taryn, I see an afro. Oh my gosh, no you don't. I was like, oh my gosh, yes I do. And then, yeah. And then MB came on. And it was like awesome. It was awesome. And like, we knew all the songs because we had number one girl, the album. Everybody else, they just knew like they just knew Girls Talking About, and This Is Right, and My Girl. So like if they didn't like Future, I was like, girl, I got a future. Girl, I got a future. Like I knew the dance moves and everything to Mrs. Right and everything. I was like, don't shuffle. And My Girl, hey my girl, she love me. I was in there, and Rock was on our side. He had the ponytail back then. I was like, oh my god, I love you, Rock. I love you, Rock. Did I tell you? No, for Diggy. She was like, yeah, there's a lot of bad girls in the building. I was like, I'm bad, Diggy. and the spotlight was like right on me at that time. I was like I was like, I'm bad Dickie. He pointed at me. He was like, I see you. I said, and I just froze when that spotlight came on me. I was like, and okay, back to my behavior. So Rock was by us, and he was like right there. Like I was like, I love at this time I loved Rock. I didn't have a crush on Ray, but I like Rock. I was like, I love you, Rock. I love you, Rock, and I just kept on repeating it. Yeah, I swear I embarrassed myself at that thing, because when Jacob Lattimore, he was leaving the stage, I was like, bye Jacob, bye Jacob. And Taryn actually got me on film saying that, and I was waving, bye. He waved that, said, bye Jacob, bye Jacob. Okay, back to my, I'm sorry, I keep on thinking about stuff I left out. And so, yeah, Rock was by us. I was like, I love you, Rock, I love you. And he was like, yeah. I was like, hey. And he kept on doing the backflips, and his cap would fall out. I was just be like, Cause he kept on putting it back on. I was like, okay, if you gonna backflip and your hat gonna fall off, why you keep on putting it back on? Just stop. Either leave it off or stop doing the backflips. And then Princeton, you know, Princeton did his little punk rap thingy. I was like, oh, I was like getting it. And yeah. And then after the whole show, the mayor of Shreveport or something came out. I forgot really where we were. I think it was in Shreveport though. He came out and he presented Mine's Behavior, Hamilton Park, OMG Girls, and Jacob Lattimore with an award. And I got pictures of that. And I was like, oh snap, picture. I think I have pictures of it. And so after that, everybody left the auditorium. I said auditorium like we in school. Everybody left the venue thing, the stadium. And Taryn, when we got outside, Taryn was like, Mama, I forgot my jacket. And her mom was like, you jackass. And her mama she was like, you better stay here. You better not go nowhere. We was like, yes, ma'am. And so she went in there. And she went there and we was like by these little, I don't know, they yellow and like they just stand up off the ground. I don't know. And it's not a fire hydrant because it's taller than that. It's like little poles, like just there, like they just this thick or something. Okay, so we're just standing there. And next thing I know, Taryn run behind the bus. It's like, Taryn, where are you going? Your mama said stay here. She was like, I'm about to go down. I'm about to go meet Mine's Behavior. And I was like, Taryn, no, you can't do that. Taryn, stop. And she was like, you either gonna come or you not gonna come, because I'm gonna leave you either way. And so I was like, oh, dang it. And I ran after her. And the police wasn't paying no attention. So we ran past the tour buses with ease. Because the other fans were like by this other tour bus that was like, Mindless Behavior. Mindless Behavior. And Mindless Behavior wasn't even on the bus. But we didn't know that at the time. So we just ran past the other buses. And we were just like, oh my gosh, what if this Mindless Behavior tour bus? Oh my gosh. And yeah, we was like, oh my gosh, what if this Mindless Behavior tour? Okay, here go my Scream Tour pictures, y'all. I'm sorry for this light move. Can y'all see? That's Ray Ray. That's Beauty. That's Jacob Lattimore. That's Jacob. That's when they got presented with that award. And that's Baby Doll right there. Yeah, that's MB performing. And that's them with the award again. That's Princeton. That's a pretty picture of him too. That's Rock. And yeah, that's them performing again. And yeah. Okay, so she was like, I'm leaving. Okay, so we got back there. It was like, oh my gosh, what if this Mindless Behavior tour bus? Because the light was on in the tour bus. And it was Hamilton Park. Because I recognized their faces from the concert now. I was like, oh my gosh, that's Hamilton Park right there. And she was like, oh, I love Hamilton. I was like, I covered her mouth so fast. Like, damn, shut up, Taryn, you get us kicked out. And they just looked at us like, and we smiled, and they waved. And like, they had like fans they were talking to on the bus. I was like, oh snap, I waved. And they were waving at us, and we waved back. And we just walked past them. And it was a gate. It was a gate. It was a black gate. It was pitch black. And I had the iPhone 3G. And it didn't have flash on it. So, okay, so we were just standing by the bus. And this girl, she turns around. Oh my gosh, it's Jacob Lattimore. And we were like, Jacob, where? Jacob. And so we turned around, and Jacob was like by the fence. And she was like, Jacob, can I get, we was like standing like, this the fence right here, and this us. Just waving at Hamilton Park or whatever. Just waiting for Mine's Behavior, but they weren't there. And the girl turned around. She's like, oh my gosh, it's Jacob Lattimore. And her friends, it was like 3 other people back there. And we was like, oh my gosh, let's take a picture. And they had flash on their phone. Lucky them. And they took a picture with Jacob. And I turned around and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Jacob Lattimore. And I stuck my hand through the gate, not knowing what's gonna happen. I just stuck my hand through the gate. I stuck my hand through the gate, and he took it. This is my Jacob hand. I called it. I was like, oh, don't touch my Jacob hand. Like for 10 weeks, like after I was like, don't touch my Jacob hand. And so I stuck my hand through it, and he touched it. He grabbed it, and he grabbed it with both his hands, and he just rubbed my skin. I was like, and I just had to pull away. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love you, Jacob. He was like, I love you too. And he was rubbing my hand. I was like, because I didn't know what was happening. He just started rubbing my hand. I was like, okay. And then Taryn, her old stupid self, she stuck her hand through the gate and was like, she dropped to her knee. She dropped to her knees and was like, oh my gosh, I love you. And Jacob was like, yeah, and pulled his hand away. And yeah, then the police found us and they were like, oh, y'all need to clear the area, clear the area. So we went back to the other tour bus where all the fans were mindless behaving. So we went back there, and we wanted to be messy. I didn't know Mindless Behavior left because I saw a tweet, and it just came on my phone because I didn't have no reception in the building. So I was like, you lying, because Mindless Behavior said they here backstage. And the girl, it was a ghetto girl. Oh my gosh, girl, you for real? Girl, you lying. I said, girl, it's right here. And so we started yelling at the police. She was like, you ain't even no real police. You ain't He's like, you ain't even no real police. You ain't even got a flashlight. And then we all just started laughing and was like, mindless behavior. He was like, mindless behavior is gone. Please go home. That's exactly how. Mindless behavior is gone. Please go home. And we were like, no, mindless behavior ain't gone. Mindless behavior is still here. And so we stayed there for like 15 more minutes. And then her mom, Miss Dolores, made us go to the truck. And when we got in there, we screamed so loud. We were like, ah! I have another Scream Tour shirt actually, because I got it's not VIP, but it's close to VIP. They didn't have no more, so we got that. And it came with the I'm a Scream Tour VIP necklace and yellow Scream Tour shirt would say I'm a VIP. And okay, so yeah, we got in the car. And we was like, oh my gosh, Jacob touched our hand. Oh my gosh, Jacob touched Princeton's hand, and Brock Royal's hand, and Prodigy's hand, and Rivers. Oh my gosh, touched our OMG girls. Oh my god. And we started rubbing it all over us like that. We was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my gosh. And so then we started driving back, and then we got stopped by some old man. He had a box. And Mr. Lewis was like, no thank, no thank. And he was like, please, please. So he's like, okay. So he rolled down the window, and he was like, would you like a shirt? And that's where we got these shirts from. We was like, how much? He was like 2 for $10. So we got the shirts. I got this one. Taryn got this one. That's what we have. We got 2 Scream Tour. We got 2 Scream Tour shirts now. And we got them for sale too by a crackhead, I think. I think it was, I don't know what it was. He didn't work with a thing. Okay. And then we went home, and I went to sleep. And then, yeah, we went to sleep on our way. And then I woke up, and we were in my driveway. And Mr. Lewis was like, Raven, get up. We're at your house. I was like, this ain't my house. Like, I was like this. And she was like, Raven, get up. This your house. I look, man, this ain't my house. And I was like, yes, it is your house. She was like, yes, it is your house. Get up. I was like, man, okay, bye. And I looked so high. I was like, okay, bye. And I got out. And I was like, I still had, like, my legs were asleep. So I was like, and I was just walking in the house like that. And that is my Scream Tour experience, even though I'm 2 years late. So, yeah. Let me go see some. Hold on. Yep. Okay, let me show y'all. Hold on. Make me fall in love with a nigga like me. Let me see if I can see my Scream Tour poster. Can y'all see it? Right there. By Ray Ray. Oh, hold up. Right there. I'm a Scream Tour VIP. And then somewhere in here, I got my... I don't know where it went. Oh, here it is. Right here. And then I got my I'm a Scream Tour VIP thing and my little wristband I had. I swear I didn't take it off for like 3 days after the concert. Okay. So, yeah, guys. That was my mindless experience. My first ever mindless experience. So, peace to Middle East and Bala Hair Grease. Comment your Scream Tour experiences, or send me a video response, or tell me any mindless experience you have had. Okay, guys, love you. Mwah.